Buddhassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Brilliant, everyone. We are talking about six qualities of the Dhammma. Six qualities of the Dhammma. So the first quality is the Dhammma is well explained. Well explained. Actually, we have learned a lot. The Dhammma is good in the beginning, in the middle, in the end, like that. So today we'll study another sutta, beautiful sutta. It's a Garawa sutta. It's a reference to the Dhammma. So that means Gautama Prince Siddhartha became the Buddha at the age of 35 under the Bodhi tree. Then after that, he enjoyed the bliss of liberation near the Bodhi tree, 47 days, right? 47 days. Then the Buddha think about who he should rely, who he should live, rely on, or is there anyone that he should rely on? So he think in his mind, I do not see another ascetic or Brahmin more perfect in virtue, sila, concentration, samadhi, wisdom, panya, sila, samadhi, panya. Then liberation. Actually here, liberation is nibbana. Liberation of the mind, liberation of the mind from taints or negative mental state. And also the knowledge and vision of liberation. So that means knowing one's own liberation. So I do not see any other ascetic Brahmin more perfect in virtue, concentration, wisdom, liberation, and the knowledge and vision of liberation than myself, who I in good honor and respect, on who I could dwell in dependence. So the Buddha thinks that there's nobody who has a higher than his quality. Sila, samadhi, panya, vimoti jnana darsana. But he said that he couldn't see any. He could see nobody. Because as a Buddhist monk, when somebody ordained as a Buddhist monk, we have to rely on one of our teacher. 5 years. 5 years is important. So we have to stay with our preceptor or our master 5 years. So then only you will get a proper training. So as a Buddhist monk, so we have to look at our master, our preceptor, how they talk to people, how they behave, how they eat, how they walk, like that. So by looking at the way they behave, the way they talk, we follow. So that's called upajjhaya, someone who rely on, right? So the Buddha laid down one linear rule. So you have to stay 5 years, depending on your teacher. Only 5 years you can go anywhere you like, because it's perfect, right? You don't need any teacher. But here, the Buddha also, after becoming the Buddha, he think, is there anyone who has a higher quality than him? So he could see nobody. So therefore, the Buddha thought, let me then honor, respect, and dwell independent on this very Dhammma, to which I have fully awakened. So here highlight is in this very Dhammma. Because the Buddha see nobody was higher than him, so therefore his teacher will be the Dhammma. Therefore, I always ask people, we have a 3 triple gem, right? Triple gem, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Which one is more important for us? Now you have an answer, right? The Dhammma. The Dhamma. Right? So even the Buddha, so all these sutta, previous sutta also, all these sutta show that even the Buddha placed the Dhammma above himself. Right? Above himself. So that's very important. That's very important. Even among the triple gem, the most important thing is the Dhammma. Dhammma. So actually, I share one story, not my own one. So one of the Dhamma speaker share that story, true story in Singapore. So there is one monk who is very good at teaching and very clever in teaching. Then one lady and impressed and trying to associate with him closely. Wherever his Dhamma taught, he will go and listen. Maybe closely association as well. So later that monk, Dhamma teacher, found out sexual, misbehavior, Then the lady who associate closely with that monk compared to Christianity, he left Buddhism. So that is a very important story to think about. That's a real story in Singapore. She compared to Christianity. So in that story, the lady looked at the person, forgot about the Dhammma. So therefore, the Dhammma is the most important. Don't look at the people. Important, Don't look at the people. I mean, people can change, right? Anytime. But Dhammma never change. So therefore, when we look at this sutta, even the Buddha placed the Dhammma above himself, right? Then everybody know the story of Venerable Vakali. Venerable Vakali, he has a very good impression to the beauty, the handsome physical appearance of the Buddha. So when he was looking at the Buddha, very happy. Just looking at appearance of the Buddha, physical appearance of the Buddha, very happy. So later he decided to ordain as a Buddhist monk. So the reason is to see the Buddha all the time. Then, of course, this time, actually the Buddha knew that. So he just waited the time, good timing. So whenever the Buddha went, he will follow. Then one time, he was seriously sick. So the Buddha went to Rajagaha, from Savatthi to Rajagaha. Maybe it is about 200 kilometers away. Since Venerable Vakali is not feeling well, seriously ill, he couldn't follow the Buddha. Then he left behind in the Savatthi. For quite some time, he couldn't stay without seeing the Buddha. Therefore, he followed the Buddha with the help of some of his Dhammma brother monks. So when he reached Rajagaha, he even couldn't go to monasteries. So he talked to his brother monk, go and talk to the Buddha and invite him to come and see me. Of course, the Buddha went there, see him. The Buddha asked, Vakali, how are you and are you feeling good? No, Bandi. And the Buddha said that, is there any regret in your mind regarding with your practice? No, Bandi, because he's very good monk. Then Venerable Vakali said this one, for a long time, Venerable Sir, I have wanted to come to see the Blessed One, the Buddha, but I haven't been fit enough to do so. You can imagine that he is not feeling well, so want to see the Buddha, he came from Savatthi to Rajagaha. You can imagine 200 kilometers away, So he came to Rajagaha just because he wanted to see the Buddha. And he said that if I die without seeing the Buddha, it will be a loss for me. And the Buddha said that, enough, Vakali, why do you want to see this firm body? So here you can see there, the Buddha. The Buddha doesn't like see him. Of course, seeing the Buddha, he will have a lot of meritorious deed, good deed. But now is the right timing to teach Venerable Vakali. So the Buddha wants him to get higher benefit, right? Higher Dhammma, higher teaching. And the Buddha said that this one is very popular. One who sees the Dhammma sees me. One who sees me sees the Dhammma. Your call Vakali Dhammapasati, Somampasati. Your Mampasati, Somampasati. So that's very important. Somebody who sees the Dhammma, teachings of the Buddha, will see the Buddha, will understand the Buddha, So therefore, when you read the suttas, you will see the Dhammma, you will see, the life of the Buddha, and also the character of the Buddha, the mind of the Buddha. That's important. So sometimes, some people have a faith in the Buddha. So their faith will be different, right? Will be different. Some people, they focus on practice, not chanting, right? Not merely chanting. Some people, they have a faith in the triple gem, and they do a lot of generosity, giving, right? Giving. Some people keep precept, some people meditate. So different way of having faith in the triple gem, right? So here, in the case of Venerable Vakali, and the Buddha now is the right time for him to teach. So that means the main thing is to see the Dhammma or to understand the Dhammma, right? So if you understand the Dhammma, you will understand the Buddha very well. So I think after learning the suttas, I think you will get to know who is the Buddha, right? Much better than before. I think so, right? Maybe the way you see the Buddha will be different, you know? Yesterday we have a discussion among our friends regarding with the Buddhist education. Then one Venerable talk about his idea. So we need to reduce supernatural power. Then we trying to promote compassion of the Buddha. One Venerable said that instead of promoting supernatural power, miracles, and we should promote compassion, loving kindness, you know, so that people see the real compassion of the Buddha. Another Venerable discussed another topic from a different dimension. That he want to promote perseverance or maybe energy, you know, of the Buddha. I mean the energy, physical energy. The Buddha went to many places to teach the Dhammma. So he take a lot of effort, you know, a lot of mental and physical energy to separate his teaching. So it's a different dimension, you know, different dimension. So other than seeing the Buddha with the miracle, supernatural power, seeing the life of the Buddha with the compassion, and with the mental and physical energy, right? Effort, great effort. So that will be more close to us, you know, close to us. Here also, the Buddha highlight the importance of the Dhammma. If somebody understands the Dhammma, and we understand the Buddha, right? For in seeing the Dhammma Vakali, one sees me. In sees me, in seeing me, one sees the Dhammma. So this is a very famous teachings of the Buddha. Also, I want to share one important teaching from Mahaparinibbana Sutta, importance for the Dhammma. Then one time the Buddha was severely ill. Maybe we can call it unconscious. So, of course, the Buddha is not unconscious. When somebody see the Buddha is unconscious, but the Buddha is not unconscious. So he is staying with the jhana. Of course, there is a physical pain, you know, physical pain. Then he trying to enter different stages of jhana. But when Venerable Ananda and other monks look at the Buddha, look like the Buddha is going to die. Buddha is going to die. Then the Buddha recover. So by that time, Venerable Ananda taught to the Buddha, Bande, when you were unconscious, we were very worried. We were very so sorry, you know, full of sorrow in our mind. But I have full confidence, The Buddha will not pass away without talking to us something, you know, explaining something, you know, or without talking farewell. Then the Buddha said that, Ananda, it may be that you will think the teacher's instruction has ceased. Now we have no teacher. We have no teacher. It should not be seen like this. Ananda, for what I have taught and laid down to you as a Dhammma and discipline will be your teacher at my passing away. So that means the Buddha is talking to Venerable Ananda. If I die, don't think that you lost your teacher. No. The Dhammma, teachings of the Buddha and discipline, Vinaya rules laid down by the Buddha will be our teacher. That's very important. That's very important. Right? Importance of the Dhammma. I'm talking about the importance of the Dhammma other than the Buddha. Because now the Buddha is no more. According to Theravada, I have to say, according to Theravada, I don't know Mahayana, I don't know much about teachings of Mahayana. According to Theravada, the Buddha already passes away, 543 BC, no more, nowhere, you will not find the Buddha. But we are paying homage to the Buddha image, right? The reason is we are grateful to the Buddha because he taught, he gave us teachings, right? Another thing is earlier we talked about the recollection of the quality of the Buddha, right? We recollect, not the Buddha, the quality of the Buddha. That's very important, right? Normally, when we translate literally, recollection of the Buddha, that's all. But we need to understand, we are not recollecting the Buddha, his quality, right? Here also, the quality of the Dhammma, right? Quality of the Dhammma. So here, the Buddha is no more. But here, Sangha here means not a normal Sangha, or noble individuals, like a Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Nagami, Arahant. So we are recollecting the quality of the genuine Sangha, noble individuals, right? So here, among the three triple gems, so the Dhammma is the most important. So you can see here, right? The Maha Pranibbana Sutta. So don't look at people, right? Look at the Dhammma. Don't look at the monks or nuns or Buddhists. Just look at the Dhammma, right? If the Dhammma is genuine, right, then you can practice. That's the most important. But also I will quote one sutta. It's called Gopaka Moggallana Sutta. So this sutta is recorded the incidents took place at after Buddha passes away. So Venerable Ananda went to new capital project. He met with one of the Brahmin. So by that time, the Prime Minister of Rajakaha came in. And he asked this question. Actually, Prime Minister of Rajakaha is called Osaka. And here's question. If there, Master Ananda, any single bhikkhu who was appointed by Master Gautama, thus, he will be your refuge when I am gone. And who you now have recourse to. So that means, is there any monk who was appointed by the Buddha, that if I pass away, he will be your master, or he will be your leader? The Venerable Ananda said that no. But if there, Master Ananda, any single bhikkhu who has been chosen by the Sangha and appointed by a number of other bhikkhu thus, he will be our refuge after the Blessed One has gone, and who you now have recourse to. I don't know whether it's correct usage. So that means, if there any man who was appointed by the Sangha, right? The Venerable Ananda said no. So therefore, in Theravada Buddhism, we don't have anyone who was appointed as the leader of Sangha. No. Leader of Sangha. Or there's no successor of the Buddha. So here, successor of the Buddha is the Dhammma. That's important, right? But the Usakata said that, but if you have no refuge, Master Ananda, what is the cause for your concord? So you are united, you have a unity. What is the cause? The Venerable Ananda said that we are not without a refuge, Brahmin. We have a refuge. We have the Dhammma as our refuge. Important, right? Important. We don't have any successors in Buddhism. We have the Dhammma. The Dhammma is most important than individual, any individuals, right? So when you look at other religion, they have successor, right? Or maybe the leader, like the Pope, right? In Catholic. So in Buddhism, there's no such a one. Even the Dalai Lama, no. The Dalai Lama is not someone who is appointed as a leader of Buddhism, no. Right? Who is the leader? The Dhammma, right? Dhammma is the most important. As long as there is a Dhammma that we can practice, it can be our refuge, right? Dhammma can be our refuge. Okay, so my point here is Dhammma is more important. Okay, any question? Okay, no question. Clear. The second one quality is the Dhammma is directly visible. Directly visible. Dhammma is directly visible. Not something that you will experience next life. No. The Buddha said that the Dhammma is directly visible. Sandetiko. So this is the quality or the second quality of the Dhammma. So Visuddhimagga quote one Sutta. Inyatara Brahmana Sutta, anonymous Brahmin. So he asks question to the Buddha, Master Gautama, it is said, a directly visible Dhammma, Sandetiko Dhammo, the second quality, a directly visible Dhammma. In what way is the Dhammma directly visible? Number one. Number two, immediate, can experience immediately, or inviting one to come and see, second, thought, and applicable in your life, and to be experienced by the wise people. So here is the five quality of the Dhammma, right? Five quality of the Dhammma. So he had that. The Dhammma is directly visible, immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable, to be experienced by the wise. By the wise. In what way? The Buddha said, Brahmin, when overwhelmed by lust attachment to something you see, you hear, etc. One full of hatred. One who is deluded. Deluded means delusion. Delusion means you don't know what is truth, and what is wholesome and what is unwholesome, like that. You don't know Four Noble Truth. If somebody is overwhelmed by lust, hatred, delusion, overcome by lust, hatred, delusion with the mind, observed by it, observed by them. So here, when you look at here, Lobha, Dosa, Moha, right? So therefore, it's very important. To know the nature of Lobha, Dosa, Moha, important. If somebody is overwhelmed by them, he will intense for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, for the affliction of both, and he will experience mental suffering and dejection. So here, lust has a different level. So when you have a lust, somebody outside of your marriage, right? Very strong. Then you have an affair with that person. So there are a lot of consequences, right? Negative consequences. Then your action, such action will be one's own affliction, and also affliction of others, and affliction of whole family, right? Whole family. If you are stealing the property of other people, right? So your lust, very strong, very strong. You will steal the property of other people. Then because of that, you will be, detained, right? You'll be detained by the police. It will be your own affliction. Also, family also will have a lot of problem. Here, we experience mental suffering and also dejection, and also hatred. Then you get angry, then you kill a person, right? Very strong hatred. Because of that, you'll be retained, go to jail, right? Your own affliction of your family, your friends, and affliction of both. And also, sometimes you may have a not strong one, less hatred, delusion. You are not breaking sila. You're not breaking sila, right? Sometimes, if you are, too greedy, seeking after money, even though you are 75, still trying to make a lot of money. You cannot stop. You do not know, right? To retire. Because of money, then you sacrifice a lot of things. Families, your happiness, and following, right? That's actually you're not breaking any. You're not breaking 5 precepts. You have lust in money, right? Even though you need to retire, it's time to retire. Stay walking, right? Stay walking. So, it will be your own affliction because you sacrifice your health, right? Then, if you get into trouble, if you get sick, it will be your own affliction. like that, right? Like that. Then the Buddha said that, but when lust, hate, delusion is abundant, he does not intend for his own affliction, for the affliction of others, and for the affliction of both. And he does not experience mental suffering and digestion. You're not breaking precept. You know your limit, right? You know your limit. So, because of that, you will not have any affliction. You're not creating affliction to other people, right? So that, actually the Buddha said that it is in this way that the Dhammma is directly visible, immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable, to be experienced, to be personally experienced by the wise. So, if you keep 5 precepts, you will experience it's their benefit, right? If you can observe 8 precepts, you will have more benefit. If you meditate, much more benefit, right? So that will be, it is in this way that the Dhammma is directly visible. So, then there is a one sutta is called Nibbutta Sutta. Nibbutta Sutta. Master Gautama, it is said, directly visible Nibbana, directly visible Nibbana. In what way is Nibbana directly visible? Immediate, inviting one to come and see, applicable, to be personally experienced by the wise. So here, the same answer is given like a Iññatara Brahmana Sutta. So here, the same answer means when you can abandon lobha dosa more in your mind, so you will experience, how to say that, the bliss of Nibbana, peace in your mind, peace in your mind. The more you can reduce lobha dosa moha, the more you will experience peace and happiness in your mind, in your mind. That's called Nibbana. Nibbana here is very simple. Extinguishment of 3 fire. Lobha dosa moha. That's Nibbana. Actually, I have already explained that, right? And then no need to explain, you know. Nibbana. Actually, in my YouTube channel, you can see the topic Nibbana. You know? Those who want to know the nature of Nibbana, I want you to listen to that. So here Nibbutta means the bliss, peace, and peace. Yeah, of course, peace, Nibbana. Okay, so there's a tightly visible, and also immediate. The more you can reduce the amount of lobha dosa more, the more you can immediately experience. It's not something to experience after you die. No. Immediate, right? Immediate, right away. And also, this type of teaching and practice is worthy of inviting one to come and see. Anyone to come and see and applicable in our daily life and to be experienced by the wise. You can experience, you know, by yourself. By yourself. Okay. Any question? Okay, no question. Then, so here, our quote Visuddhimagga, Visuddhimagga explained that furthermore, the 9-fold supramundane Dhammma, supramundane, Lokottara. So they are the 4 paths, 4 Magga Chaita, and 4 fruitions and 4 Phalacheta and Nibbana, altogether 9. So they are called ninefold supramundane Dhamma. So the ninefold supramundane Dhamma is also visible here and now. Santitiko. Visible here and now. Directly visible. Because some people may think that Nibbana is somewhere to go. After you die, you will go there and enjoy. No, not like that. Nibbana is normally I give example of the fire extinguisher, right? We use fire extinguisher to extinguish fire, right? Fire is very hot. After extinguishing fire, it's extinguished, right? No more fire. Then no more hot, right? No more hot. Similarly, in our mind, we have a lot of mental suffering. It's very hot in our mind, right? When you hear that somebody criticize you, hot sensation arises in your mind, right? That when you see somebody you don't like, hot sensation in your mind. These are very hot. So all these hot sensation, hot feeling arises because of, sometimes because of lobha, sometimes because of dosa, sometimes because of moha, right? Delusion. So when you can extinguish lobha, dosa, moha in your mind, once and for all, so that will be 100% Nibbana, right? Sometimes you cannot do 100%, even 1%. Then you can experience coolness, right? Coolness or peaceful mind, peaceful mind. That's the reason why we are doing dana, we are observing sila, we are meditating to reduce lobha, dosa, moha, right? So even the keeping precept, 5 precept, we're trying to reduce, right? Our lobha, our dosa, our moha, like that. So here, the ninefold supramundane Dhamma is also visible here and now, Sanditiko. Since when anyone has attained it, it is visible to him through reviewing knowledge. Reviewing knowledge. So after attaining Magga, Phala, Nibbana, that you yourself will know it because you can review it, right? You can review it without having rely on faith in another. You don't need to rely on other people. You yourself will know it, right? You yourself will know it. Therefore, in one place, Venerable Sariputta is call himself, how to say, he is without belief, or someone who do not have a faith. How you say someone who is no faith in English? No faith, unbeliever, right? Maybe atheist. Maybe very similar to atheist. In one place, Venerable Sariputta said that he is atheist. Actually, it's not very fit. He do not have faith. He's the one without faith. Without faith. Faith, without faith. So that means he himself know the Dhamma. He doesn't need to rely on somebody, to know the Dhamma, right? So no need faith to somebody to know the Dhamma because he himself know it, right? He himself know it. Beautiful. So here, without having relying on faith in another person, because it's visible by yourself, right? By yourself. The quality of directly visible, that's the second quality, directly visible can be applied in the mundane actions, mundane action elsewhere, mundane action. So that in mundane karma, lokiya karma. In Siha Senapati Sutta in Gota Nikaya, the Buddha deliver directly visible fruit of giving. Just example, just example, very simple example. So Siha Senapati asked the Buddha, Bande, may I know the benefit of giving, that can be experienced in this very life, directly visible Dhammma, directly visible fruit of giving. So in this sutta, so the Buddha mentioned 4 benefits of giving, dana, that can be experienced in this very life, Number 1, a donor is dear to many people. If you give, many people will love you. Then you can give it a try. Give food, clothing to your neighbors, they will love you. Directly visible, the fruit of giving. Second one, good persons approach to a donor. Of course, good or bad people also, everybody will approach. But normally, bad people will approach to the donor. But good people will not approach because they have hiri and ottappa. Hiri means fear, how to say, ashamed, to do unwholesome things, and ottappa means hiri ottappa. Ottappa means what is it? Moral fear to do unwholesome thing. So therefore, good people normally will not approach quite often. Of course, if the donor is giving quite often, then they might approach, Maybe I will share one story of a Burmese lady. Burmese lady is very generous, always donate to the monks, and then she have cancer. Then a very well-known and also virtual monks hear that the lady is not having a cancer. Then he came to Singapore from Myanmar just to see her, just to want to do chanting. So after seeing that virtual monk, the lady, very, very happy, and a lot of joy joins in her mind because of that. So her diseases, how to say that? Her mind is uplifted, Then later she recovered. Of course, seeing virtual monks, somebody who rarely approach people, because of generosity, I guess, because of generosity. So whenever Venerable come to Singapore, and they will take care of him. So that is when a good people, not only venerables, but also a good friends, right? A good relative will approach to a donor. If you always treat your brother and sisters, they will love you, right? They will love you. When you get sick or when you have a problem, they will come to you right away, right? Good people approach to a donor. That's a directly visible Dhammma, right? Directly visible Dhammma. A donor acquire a good reputation. That is very clear. Donor is confident to approach the assembly. So the Buddha said these fours are the fruit of giving, the benefit of giving that can be directly visible in this very life. And the Buddha add another one: after death, a donor is reborn in a good destination. So this one is not directly visible. Siyasenapati said that one day I knew myself 1 to 4, 4 benefit of giving by myself, because he himself is a generous one. But in the case of number 5, after death, donor reborn in a good destination, I have a faith because of the Buddha. I have a faith to the Buddha, so therefore I believe it. So that's a Siyasenapati. So in this sutta, you can understand, right? Sandaitika, the directly visible fruit of giving. Very simple one, right? Very simple one. In the case of precept, observing precept, you will have directly visible fruit of morality, sila. When you meditate, you will experience the benefit of meditation in this very life, right? You don't need to wait after life. So here, according to Visuddhimagga, in the first quality of the Dhammma, which is well explained, right? So in the first quality of the Dhammma, it can be taken, all the teachings, both mundane and supramundane. So for the rest of the quality of the Dhammma, so that means the rest means another 5 qualities. Only the 9-fold supramundane Dhammma has to be taken. So here, 9-fold supramundane Dhammma, the 4 paths, the 4 fruitions and Nibbana. 4 Maggachaita, 4 Phalacchaita and Nibbana. So that means we have a 6 quality of the Dhammma. The first one, every teaching, it can be mundane, supramundane. But in the last 5, it refers to supramundane. That's according to Visuddhimagga. But I think when you look at Iññatara Brahmana Sutta, earlier we quoted, it can be mundane or supramundane. It doesn't matter, right? So directly visual me, even supramundane, even the mundane, lokiya, right? Okay, so let's move to the third one. The Dhammma is immediate. The Dhammma is immediate, akaliko. 4 fruitions, according to Visuddhimagga, 4 fruitions, 4 Phalacchaitas, arises right after 4 paths, 4 Maggachaita. So there's no time and space between them. So therefore, 4 paths or 4 Maggachaitas are called no time or immediate. So those who learn Abhidhamma, you know that, right? After Magga, 2 Phalacchaita will come right away. After Maggachaita disappear, then and Phalacchaita will appear. So therefore, immediate. If you attain Magga, you will get Phala right away, right? Normally that's according to Abhidhamma. According to Suttas or Kandika Sanyutta from Samdha Nikaya, after you attain the Maggachaitas, not right away. It can be after 1 day, after 1 month, after 1 year, or after 10 years like that. It depends. Of course, you will keep on practice, but you will attain phala or fruition before you die. before you die. So therefore we call it immediate. Immediate means in this very life. After you attain Magga-cheta, you will definitely attain Phala-cheta in this life. Therefore we call it immediate. But when we follow Abhidhamma, Sangha, after Magga-cheta, the Phala-cheta will come right away. Right away. It's called immediate. Mundane wholesome states, Lokiya Dhamma, are called gradual because it takes time to bear their fruit. So that means not immediate. After you do dana, the result of dana may not come right away. No. It will take some time, right? Some time. But that's we call it commentary explanation. Sometimes may not be correct, or may not be correct. Okay. Another one is the Dhamma is worthy of inviting one to come and see. This Dhamma is worthy of inviting someone to come and see. Apasiko. In Malaysia, we have one publication named the Apasiko. Beautiful. Or maybe I explain in different wrongly. Different place. This is the one. This is the one taught by the Buddha. Actually, the Buddha unconscious or fainted. Monks, when Ananda, they think that the Buddha is going to die. They worry that. But Venerable Ananda has another confidence or another thinking that the Buddha will not die without seeing something. And the Buddha will recover. But anyway, it's very so sad. Then when the Buddha recovered, then Venerable Ananda said that, Bhante, we were very so sorry. We are so unhappy by seeing that you are unconscious. But I have confidence you will recover. You will not die without seeing anything. And that is what the Buddha taught here. But Ananda, what does the order of monks, order of bhikkhus, expect of me? I have taught the Dhamma, Ananda, making no inner and outer. The Tathagata has no teachers fixed in the respect of the doctrines. No, the Buddha is not holding anything. No secret. The Buddha teach the Dhamma to anyone, or outside or inside, in a corner, in a sake or outer sake. No different. The Buddha is just teaching the teaching. There's no teachers fixed. Not something to hide, Not something to hide. Because in India, in the Brahmanism, they have a hidden teaching, not open to anyone. Only selected people, especially the Brahmin, can be learned, They can learn those teachings. In Buddhism, no. Anyone can learn. There's no teachers fixed in respect of Dhamma. So that means the Buddha is talking to Venerable Ananda. Actually, I have taught to you all the teaching. There's nothing left. I have given you everything. Why you are expecting me? What you are expecting from me like that? No? Very beautiful. In the Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Actually, I explained it wrongly in earlier place. Earlier one is the last words of the Buddha. The Buddha, before the Buddha died, we call it final word of the Buddha. The Buddha is going to pass away. He said that if I pass away, don't think that you no longer have any teacher. No, not like that. The Dhammma, the Vinaya, the teachings of the Buddha and Vinaya rules will be your teacher before the Buddha passes away. So when we went to India, we recited the last words of the Buddha in the Kusinagra. We recited because in that way we can visualize the Buddha is going to pass away. Okay, so this one is one time the Buddha was fainted or unconscious. So here maybe some people ask question. When somebody is unconscious, he or she knows something. Actually, I think generally they know, right? When they are unconscious. But one devotee, Burmese devotee, said that he doesn't know anything. It's unconscious. Maybe some people know, most people know something. When people are talking nearby, they will hear, but they cannot respond. Some people maybe unconscious me, so they really do not know anything. Okay, any question? No question, okay. The number 5, the Dhammma is applicable. The Dhammma is applicable. Opanayiko. The Dhammma should be brought near or applied within one's own mind. So that means the Magga and Phala Chaitas. By way of meditating, especially Vipassana meditation. The Dhammma is worthy of keeping it within the mind, even if one's head is on fire while meditating. You're meditating, you're going to attain Magga and Phala. Then fire on your head. Even in such occasion, keep on practice. No need to put out fire, right? Then if you put out fire, then you cannot meditate, continue to meditate. Then you lost attaining Magga and Phala, right? Even it is on fire on your head, then keep on practice. It should be applicable. Actually, it's talking, in the word scenario, the word scenario. The Dhammma should be brought near to Nibbana with one's own mind. So that means the mind here means Magga and Phala Chaitas. So that means the Dhammma should be brought near to Nibbana. So that means Magga, Phala, Nibbana. So they are harmless. So it can be, if you can brought near to your mind, so applicable, right? So Dhammma is applicable. In other words, Dhammma is applicable, means no harm. If you genuinely practice sila, right? Morality, there's no harm. Concentration, samadhi, no harm. Panya, wisdom, no harm. It can be applicable, Opanayika, that should be brought to your mind, brought near to your mind. So the last one is Dhammma is to be personally experienced by the wise. Pachatan Udita Bhavinyo is the last quality of the Buddha. If one follows the instruction of the Buddha, the wise people were able to experience and know themselves that the path has been developed, fruition has been attained, Nibbana has been realized by me. So that means if you practice teachings of the Buddha properly, correctly, then you yourself will know it. The path has been developed. It can be Sodapatti Magga, Sakaya Nagami Arhata Magga. Fruition has been attained and Nibbana has been realized by me. So you don't need to ask whether am I Sotapanna, am I an Arahant, like that. You yourself will know it, right? So the wise people experience by themselves. The beauty of Buddhism is, so there's no secret teaching open to everybody. Those who practice, those are wise. If you are wise enough, then you can experience. Then Visuddhimagga said that the path that has developed by the preceptor or teacher cannot eradicate the defilements of his pupil. So here, teacher and student. The teacher developed the path. In that way, he eradicates defilements in his mind. So the path he developed cannot eradicate the defilements of his student. So that means, so likewise, the preceptor cannot share the bliss of his own fruition and the bliss of Nibbana with his pupil as well. So Dhamma can be experienced by the one who realizes it. So now, after I attain Magga and Phalaccetas or Nibbana, I cannot share with you. Similarly, you cannot share your Nibbana with me. Cannot. So here, the Dhamma is, Nibbana is to be personally experienced by the wise, by yourself. By yourself. Right? You cannot share. You cannot share Nibbana. You cannot share your Magga Chaita, Phalaccetas with your son or daughter like that. No, you cannot. Personally experience. If they want to attain Magga Chaita, Phalaccetas, Nibbana, they have to practice themselves, right? So you cannot give just like a heritage, You cannot give. Okay, any question? Today quiet. So, when you look at teachings of the Buddha, you need to examine based on the 6 qualities. These are the 6 qualities of the Dhammma. The Dhammma is well explained. So when you read the Sutta, you will not see any teachings that the Buddha encouraged his follower to kill non-believers. Actually, here now I remember I have an English word, non-believer. Venerable Saripura is non-believer because he himself knows it. He doesn't need to believe somebody, right? Somebody is. So he call it non-believer. Here in the Pali Canon, you will not find any teachings. The Buddha encouraged his follower to kill non-believer. In that way, then you can have countries. You will have a Buddhist empire, right? Buddhist empire. And the whole will be Buddhist. No. You will not find anything like that. So that means, where explain me, the Buddha never encouraged Lobha Dosa Moha, right? Even somebody who criticized the triple gem, And the Buddha encouraged not to have anger toward to them, hatred to them, than to respond to their argument, of course, without any anger, like that. Very beautiful. Well explained. Well explained. So you can compare, teachings of the Buddha and teachings of other religion. Can be seen very clearly. So teachings of the Buddha is well explained. One sutta, the other sutta are connected, So when you read the sutta, one sutta, the other sutta is connected. Other one is the sandetico experience in this life. It is visible, tightly visible, right? Tightly visible. Immediate, right? You can experience immediate result. Immediate result. And applicable in your daily life. It should be brought to your mind, Mind. So there's no negative consequences or side effect. And the last Dhammma is to be experienced by the wise. Right? Okay, so let's study. We want to study the 6 quality of the Dhammma with the help of Kalama Sutta. I think many of you know Kalama Sutta, right? Kalama Sutta is one of the famous sutta. If we scrutinize Kalama Sutta, we were able to appreciate the quality of both Buddha and Dhamma. So in this sutta, all the 6 qualities of the Dhamma can be found. Number 1, this sutta is well explained, expounded by the Buddha by tackling the problem of kalamas with this excellent and skillful means of teaching. Because kalama people, so they are very educated and their place is situated in an important location. So therefore, many religious teachers, they will come to their place and they will teach. So what I'm taught is right. What they taught are wrong. Another teacher will come. What I'm talking is right. What they are talking is not right, like that. So when the Buddha came to their place, they asked. So our minds are confused. We don't know what is truth and what is wrong. The Buddha said, yes, you're right. It should be confused. Because many people say, something different. Some people say different things. In this sutta, the Buddha clearly explained directly visible outcome of the Dhammma, abandoning negative mental state. So actually, in Kalama Sutta, you know that, right? The Buddha talk about 10 things that shouldn't be believed right away. By tradition, just because of tradition, don't believe, Just because your teacher says something, don't believe like that. Just because it is logical, don't believe right away. Examine by yourself. Even the logical one, no. I mean, the Buddha is talking, so we have to examine, right? Whether they have, they can generate Lobadosa Moha here, right? Lobadosa Moha. Something that generate Lobadosa Moha, you need to abandon them, right? You need to abandon them. And practicing positive mental state, non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion. So something that promote non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion, then you can practice it, right? Practice it. Then trying to develop 4 sublime state. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekkha, right? Upekkha. So here, number 1, trying to abandon negative mental state because they are harmful to you and harmful to other people, and harmful to both. Then try to develop and practice positive mental state, like a non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion. They don't have any negative consequences. They are not harming to other people, right? Trying to practice it. More importantly, trying to develop 4 sublime state. In one sutta, Dhammma Sutta in Samdha Nikaya, the Buddha said that 4 sublime state, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekkha, can remove your unwholesome karma. Very beautiful, you know. If you have done some unwholesome karma, trying to develop 4 sublime state, the Buddha said that your unwholesome karma will be removed. Giving beautiful simile. Beautiful simile. In my hand, I will whistle. Whistle. You are talking loudly. I say, slow down, quiet, cannot. Then I use, whistle. I try to blow whistle, then the sound or the noise of my whistle overwhelm. You are talking, you are speechless. Then you become quiet. Similarly, sometimes we may have done unwholesome actions, unwholesome akusala karma. Then trying to practice for Brahma Vihara. And they were influenced. So that means they will remove your unwholesome karma. Beautiful, eh? Really beautiful. So here also in Kalama Sutta, actually people forget. People's attention is 10 statements in Kalama Sutta, right? Not to believe because of tradition, not to believe because of hearsay, like that. So they just focus on 10 statements in Kalama Sutta. Actually here, the Buddha actual teaching is this one. To abandon negative mental state, 3 negative mental state. To practice and 3 positive mental state. And to develop 4 sublime state. So these are the 3 important guidelines in Kalama Sutta, right? The Buddha went the confidence of Kalama with this final and key message of the Sutta. Actually, the key message in this Sutta, because Kalama, they don't believe afterlife. They're confused whether there any afterlife or not. Then the Buddha said that even if you do not believe next life, you will have 4 assurances or 4 satisfaction in your mind in this very life. If you follow the teachings of the teaching that he have explained. Number 1, to abandon 3 negative mental state. Number 2, to practice and to develop and cultivate 3 positive mental state. And number 3, to practice 4 Brahma Vihara. If you practice, even if there is no afterlife, you will live peacefully in this very life. Right? In this very life. Taitewa Dhammi Chattaro Asasa Atikata Honti. So therefore, even atheists, even atheists. So if they practice, right? If they abandon 3 negative mental states, if they cultivate 3 positive mental states, if they practice metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha, and they can experience in this very life, right? In this very life. So this is so in that way, in this sutta, the Buddha show immediate result of the Dhammma. So the teaching in this sutta is worthy of inviting one to come and see. You can share to your, non-Buddhist, right? So there are many Westerners, many non-Buddhists who became Buddhists after reading Kalama Sutta. Kalama Sutta. So it's worthy inviting people to come and see, right? To come and see. Teaching in this sutta is applicable and relevant to everyone. And the Buddha encouraged Kalama clansmen to use their wisdom to examine wholesome and unwholesome state by themselves. So if they are knowledgeable and wise people, they themselves realize the Dhammma taught by the Buddha and became disciples of the Buddha. When you go to Kusinagara from Vesali, on the way, so we have one place called Kesariya. So there is a very big stupa over there, just beside the road. When you visit India, so you can go and see that stupa. So that stupa was built in that area, Kalama. Actually, Kalama is the name of the clan. Kesamauta, the name of the place is Kesamauta. Kesapauta, Sri Lankan version. Kesamauti in Myanmar version. A little bit different version in the Pali Canon. Anyway, the names are not important. Kesapauta, now current name is Kesariya. So the last time when we go to India, then it's not in the itinerary. Then I suggested to go there. Easy remarkable, honestly, easy remembrance for everyone. I think everyone. Important place. But Kalama Sutta is very famous, Kalama Sutta. Okay. This will be the end of recollection of the quality of the Dhammma. So we have 6 qualities, right? 6 qualities. And if you want to practice Dhammanosati, recollection of the Dhammma, then you can recite verbally, of course, not quickly, slowly. That you must know the meaning of its quality, right? The teachings of the Buddha is well explained. So the more you read the suttas, the more you understand well explained. And the teachings of the Dhammma, the benefit of the Dhammma can be experienced in this very life, right? In this very life. It is immediate. You don't need to wait next life. You can experience the bliss of Nibbana in this very life, It is applicable to your life, In other words, relevant to our life. Ajahn Brahm one time said that. Container also important. Contents inside also important. The contents, teachings of the Buddha is applicable or relevant to our life. But if the container is not good, not attractive, not attractive, I think now in our temple we have a Bhante Sunita. He has a very fresh idea. I encourage him to do more things in our temple. So he can do very beautiful container. In that way, I think he can bring contents, teachings of the Buddha to more people. So there will be a Dhammma discussion, a series of Dhammma discussion organized by youth, not youth, adept, how you call it? Yeah, adept. Yeah, adept, right? We will have a series of discussion. I don't know whether I see one talk, right? Only one talk. The aim is to create a beautiful and attractive container so that young people can be attracted, because they look at the container, right? Actually, openly speaking, we need to bring a very precious and valuable contents with a beautiful container. In other words, by using, beautiful way. So therefore, I encourage Bhante Sunita and young people to do. I'm not young, so they have no fresh idea. So anyway, very thank you for coming to into the classroom. It's not easy, right? Nowadays you can listen to the recorded video, but even that you came to the class. It's not really easy. So even though the container is not very attractive, you want to get the contents, contents. That's very important. So this way, so that applicable, right? Applicable and relevant to our daily life. Another one is the immediate. Sorry, not immediate. What is it? Or inviting one, worthy or inviting one to come and see. So in Buddhism, no secret, right? In one sutta, we stay with another 3 minutes. One sutta, the Buddha said that teachings of the Buddha, Dhammma, will be beautiful or shine if open, it's open. Worthy or inviting one to come and see. And the last one is personally experienced by the wise, right? Pachattam Uditava Venyu is very important one. So the teachings of the Buddha is not to be experienced after life, in this very life. You don't need to rely on faith to anyone, right? You don't need to faith. You don't need to keep your faith in the divine being. No. Even you don't need to keep faith in the Buddha. No. So you can experience by yourself. So that is the sixth quality of the Dhammma. So I want you to read Kalama Sutta. Beautiful. Okay, any question if you want? Okay. 2 questions if you want. Here, 1 question. Okay.
Bhante, thank you very much for this very enlightening talk. Bhante, I have a question, if you could please clarify for me. When you mentioned about the ninefold supramundane, which contains of the 4 paths and 4 fruition and Nibbana. The 4 paths and 4 fruition, is it something very similar that we can relate to the 8 kinds of individuals that is mentioned in the Recollection of the Sangha?
Based on 8 consciousness, 4 Magga and 4 Phalaccheta, we have 4 individuals,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Someone who attain Sotapaddi Magga, he is called the one who is on the path, on the path to Nibbana, like that. Someone who attains Sotapaddi Phala, it's called Sotapanna, right? Sotapanna. So based on 4 Magga-cheta and 4 Phala-cheta, we became 8 individuals. So next year we will learn that. Next year in detail. So
Thank you, Bhante.
okay. Question. We call it 4 stages of sainthood. 4 stages of sainthood. Okay, no question. Let's close it. Call it a day. Not call it a day. Call it a year, nah? Right? Yo varatam pavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho paragato bala viriya samangi Tansukatam saranathamupemi Ragavi ragamanincamasokan Dhammamasankattamapatikulan Madurami mampagunan suvipatan Dhammami mansaranathamupemi Yatachari namahapalamau Chatusu susisu purisayugesu Attacha Bogala Dhammata Sati Sangami Mansaranathamupemi Satu, satu, satu. Could not be better.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Can you all please stay back? We want to take a photograph of the class. Please, because